Hi everybody, this is Pastor Miguel. Today I'm going to make a video about demonic manifestations, usually doing possession or demonization of people. And then, so what we're going to do is discuss about six. There's much more, but these are the main six ones that we see quite often as deliverance ministers and exorcists. The first one is extraordinary strength, and that is exactly what that is: extraordinary strength. Usually, these people, when you start praying for them, they have extraordinary strength. It takes 5, 6 people to hold them down, and it's just unnatural. And we see very small people, skinny people, with extraordinary strength beyond belief. It's unbelievable. And so this is one of the signs we see quite often. It's a manifestation. It's very common, and it depends on which demon the person is possessed with. Usually we see that with the demon of anger, hate, things like that. The next one is speaking in unknown tongues. So sometimes these demons are able to speak tongues which are unknown or past or ancient tongues, and so they speak in these tongues. They're able to speak like Latin, languages like that, and so we see that, but that's not too common, but we do see it. The other one is knowledge of the unknown. So what I do is for the knowledge of the unknown test, what I do is I grab a bag that I have pre-made, and I have something in the bag, and obviously you can't see what this is, but I'll place something in the bag, and I ask the person to tell me what's in the bag. And so if they tell you what's in the bag, then they pass the test. Okay, so that's one of the tests I do. The other one's a aversion to the religious object. So I use a cross, a wooden cross, that I show them, and then this wooden cross obviously is a religious object. It represents, the victory of Christ over the enemy, and so I use the cross, and they hate that. They don't want to go to church either. That's like one of the biggest signs. And then a change in behavior. A person is normal, and then suddenly they start pulling their hairs, and of course, that also all these signs could be, mental illness. So I usually try to work with psychologists and psychiatrists. If I see any signs of mental illness. So just change your behavior. Somebody who's just angry or thinking about suicide, things like that. Those are things that could be, need to be dealt with by psychologists and psychiatrists, but it will also benefit working with an exorcist or a deliverance minister for the spiritual side of things. Okay, and the more rare one is levitation, and levitation I've seen quite a few times. And what happens is the person is suspended. Sometimes they're suspended for a few seconds up in the air because they're jumping up and down, and you can see the levitation. There's other people that even have witnessed people walking up walls. There was a case up north to the west where it's called the Ammon case, I believe. And that case, there was a kid that was climbing up the walls, and therefore, we see this, but these are very rare. Okay, very rare. So what happens once we start addressing the demon, when we figure out, okay, this person's possessed, what do we need to do now? Well, we see 3 manifestations. So what we do is we do a confrontation where we challenge the demon, or we go, we tell the demon, get up and face us. And basically what that means is that we're challenging the demon to get up, and they have to obey. So they'll manifest in a person. There's ways that they manifest. The first one is no manifestation at all. If the demon does not manifest at all, what we do is we go over. The person would tell us. We have a questionnaire they fill out, and we look for curses that the person may have, and then we try to break those curses, and then we speak and we say we bind and we cast out in Jesus' name. Even though no demons are manifesting, we don't know if the demon's hidden within the person and it's not manifesting at this time. But those curses, in the person, if, for example, the person's having financial, problems with anger or financial problems and things like that, we could break those curses because they could have a curse in their life, or they could just have made bad decisions. But it doesn't hurt to break curses, okay, in someone's life. The other one is Sometimes when I confront the demon, the person would tell me, oh my goodness, I'm hearing a voice in my head. And so if the voice is in there, the voice would actually speak for the demon and will tell the person, what's going on. The person would actually tell me what the demon is saying. And based on that, then we could go forward and eventually get the demon out. Okay, break curses, strongholds, assignments, and cast the demon out. And the last one is when the demon speaks for himself. In that case, it's much easier. So I think a lot of times demons try to keep quiet because they don't want to give too much information. So we have to kind of coerce them to speak in order to get them cast out. But that's the last manifestation that we see, the ability of the demon to speak through the person, and they're able to answer questions you may have. And sometimes you have to torment them to get them to speak and stuff like that. I ask for pertinent information. I don't want to have a dialogue with any demon. I just ask for information I need to cast the demon out and to make sure the demon does not return to the person. So that's why we break legal rights and we send them to the pit. Okay, so those are the big ones. So I get manifestations like that. Of course, there's going to be screaming, yelling. There's going to be cursing. There's going to be people trying to hurt me and stuff like that. But I have things that I learned as a deliverance minister to protect me from the enemy, and so I employ all those, including using angels when necessary. Okay. Anyway, so if you have any questions, you could place them below. I hope this video helps you. If you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, you could place them below. I'm going to place my website below if you need me for anything. Anyway, and God bless you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.